What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning PHP the easy way. Alright, so in this video we still want to discuss, and we're going to cement your knowledge in PHP. Before we even start, you guys need to be aware that there is something called PHP info, which we already explained to you guys, and there is something called predefined variables, as we have explained our different variables globally and local, and our functions in the previous video. And we have said that there is a global variables, there's a local, global, static variables, and there is the function parameters. Alright, so in this video we're going to see the predefined variables. Alright, so if you guys go here in your, just type localhost, there is nothing else but localhost. If you guys look at the top, and if you guys put a local host, if you guys in web server or any server, and if you guys see this here on the bottom left corner, PHP info, when you guys put a PHP info, it's got the PHP version. It's going to tell you guys the version. Make sure you guys have version 7.3, and if you guys got any other version, I think if you guys put a WAMP is already the newest version, so should be alright. Even if you guys don't want this, PHP knows everything about your computer. Everything about your computer, doesn't matter what sort of system you guys running, what time you guys turning on, what time you guys turning off. PHP APIs, extensions, and don't worry about these things. We're going to explain to you guys later on, but I'm just going to let you guys, the PHP developers, you guys needs to be aware that PHP knows everything, whatever is happening inside the systems. They can get your operating system, your computer name, model. You can't turn on your camera or anything because that's illegal. Other than that, it takes the model of your computer, the system, what sort of PHP you guys running, what sort of Apache you guys running. If you guys look at here, there is a Apache environment, and it's got a HTTP host, HTTP user agent, HTTP accept, and HTTP accept language, encoding, connection, referrer, insecure request, and it's got a path, system root, you name it. If PHP knows everything. Server name, and my server name is localhost. Server address 127.0.0.1, and server port runs 80. Normally localhost, that's the IP of the server, and that's a port. And if you guys look at the remote address is like that, and see that the WAMP64, and at the folder we are the folder www, that because that's the file number which is sitting there. And you guys look at here, server address, which I explained to you guys. Document root, that's the document root, that where this local host sitting at the www folder. World Wide Web, request scheme prefix, that's the HTTP. And you guys see this request method, which is get. I'm gonna come to this get now. So before that, I'm gonna explain to you guys, as a PHP developers, you guys need to be aware of these things. And once we go further and develop our web, or when you guys go ahead and become expert in PHP, slowly you guys gonna realize that this very, very important, these things. But now you guys might be thinking that this might be a little bit intimidating to you guys. Don't be intimidated, as I'm gonna explain. So I'm gonna move ahead from here, and you guys do not need to read all, but just to be aware that there is a, it's called an age feature, and it's got a IPv6, IPv4. So it's got IPv6 as well, IPv4, so SSL, SPI, HTTP2. So what we do is that we want to come all the way to the end, and don't worry about these things. You guys do not need, as I'm going to explain all of this. And once you guys, we go ahead in PHP, I'm going to explain to you guys that's a session, what session is. As you guys see, session cookie domain, session delimiter, session lifeline, path. Okay, so if you guys can hear SPL, SQLite, so we come all the way here down, and you guys look at here, that is PHP variables. As I explained to you guys, PHP variables before. This is a inbuilt PHP variables. We have seen the local variables, global, but that's different kind of variable. But this is PHP variables. This is inbuilt PHP variables, which request PHP info is -1. That's a value, and get PHP info, because it's going to get in a PHP. If you guys look at here, there is a get, there is a request, get. They're all called PHP Super Globals. This is all Super Globals. So server, and you guys needs to be aware and prepared that there is this sort of PHP Super Globals available. So it's a user agent. It gets the Mozilla, because I mean the Firefox is called Mozilla, Windows NT, Win64, and it's Firefox. I'm running Firefox 89.0, and my English is English US, gzip, and keep alive is localhost. Server HTTP upgrade insecure request is one, and server path, that's the server path, that's my path. And server system root is Windows, because I'm not running Linux or Mac. This is Windows. And you guys look at here, all my information and all your system informations PHP can provide to anyone. So anyone means the root, the server administration, the other side. So you guys do not need to do anything, panic, because this is all public information. So you guys system root, server, path text, window directory, signature, software, server name is localhost, because PHP when you guys download this web server is sitting mainly on localhost. Localhost is inside your PHP environment, which creates inside your computer. It's not gonna give any information away. It's not gonna do anything. It just sits there. But because PHP is server-side language, it gets the computer information. Alright, because you guys, as a PHP developers, you guys need to be aware that there is the first one which we are looking today is server dollar, and there is underscore server. Why they put a dollar and underscore? Because they don't want anyone to type as a mistake the server. So because it's a constant, and that's PHP variables. As you guys look at the top, is PHP is called variables. It's called PHP Super Globals. And the reason they put a dollar and underscore server, and they put everything in uppercase, because they don't want anyone to type it as a mistake. So there are a few of them. There are server, get, post, there is cookie, files, environment, and session. So I'm gonna explain to you guys bit by bit, but as you guys know that I explained this server, so you guys need to be aware that it's called something called server. Alright, so we come here, and this is from the previous video, and we come all the way here, and we put it here as otherwise I might create another one. So I'm gonna put a PHP. So what I'll do is that I'm gonna PHP Super Globals .php. That's my file name. So what I'll do is that I'll put a PHP. Alright, so the first one which we have seen is server, and you guys see that the server, and you guys see that's a variable. So you guys can put any server variable. Say if you put a say server port, say we put a server port, and we put echo my server, or say we put assign to variable, we put a port is equal to, and that's server port. And if you come here and says echo port, because we're going to echo that variable, we put a port. We can put a port, and we can put a some nice message, my server port number is, and there is a typo here. Okay, so we put a port, we close this, and we put this dot. This dot is concatenation, and PHP Super Globals, the file number name is. So we come here and put a local host, and we put a PHP. So what's our file name is first PHP. Okay, first PHP. Alright, so that's our first PHP which we've seen in the last video, and we put a PHP Super Global, PHP Super Globals, and you guys see my server port number is 80, and if you come here, the server port number is 80 because that's PHP predefined variables inside the PHP we have assigned. You guys can go play around with all this address. You guys can copy this, and you guys can come here. You guys want to know the say server, and that's a remote address. Say you put a server, for example, server, and assign it like that. Come here and just put a copy. So you guys, at least you guys getting the feel of the PHP, how PHP works in the inside the computer. And when you guys come here, alright, so we see, because we didn't put any ending line here, that's why PHP is mad at us. And you guys see parse error, syntax error, echo, and at the line 8, because it's telling us that the line 8 there is a problem. So here, because we didn't put it here, that's why it can parse this line here. So when we go here, and it says that the my server port number is 127001, which is exactly this one, 127001. Alright, so I'll go briefly today and I'll tell you guys there is a dollar. If you guys put it here, there is a dollar get, and it contains any variable provided to script through the get method. So because when you guys getting get is very get and post is very common in PHP, and then the next one is obviously support post, and that's also variable predefined super global. And there is another one which is cookie. And you guys see that the guys needs to put a variable inside, like this one, server port, remote address, things like that. And you guys, there is another one, it's called files. So the files contains any variable provided to script through the file uploads. When users uploads the files, it comes here. And the next one is going to be environment, which is env. And this contains variable provided scripts as part of server environment. And the next one is session, which is common, and it contains any variable that are registered as in a session. So when you guys go inside this script, you guys got a session. So the session name, you guys when you guys using the say any website, Facebook's gonna send you guys cookies, and Facebook's gonna get your session. The session's gonna be not a server, session. Yeah, so the session is say you guys going to Twitter or Facebook or any other website, they're getting your session like that. So you guys needs to be aware that at least they're one of the common ones. So if you guys on Sublime Text, you guys put a dollar and put underscore, and you guys see this one, there's an environment, get, post, files, cookies, and the get, post, cookies, files, session, environment. And you guys see all of these predefined super, this called PHP Super Globals. Just needs to be aware, because the reason is dollar and dollar, there is underscore and there is uppercase files, is because PHP don't want anyone to say if files, don't want anyone to type as a mistake. So that's why it's called PHP Super Global. So, and you guys gonna bump up to these ones, you guys will see this one as 1,000 and millions of times, and you guys get used to it, because without this one, you guys, it's impossible to program in PHP. You guys gonna bump up to get and post, because if you guys gonna put a login or registration post, or say you guys gonna put a server as a search engine, and your search should get a, you're gonna use this get method. So because PHP Super Global, you wanna use this one. So if you guys want to post something, say for example you're creating a form for user and one user to register the name, and you guys want to post that information inside your database, and as a cookie you guys need to put a cookie in files environment session. So this is all very common PHP super globals.